Love you 3,000.
أنا هبك 3000 from UAE.
Love you 3,000.
Ti amo 3,000.
Para kami dahil 3000.
Welcome to another edition of Coach Miranda Miner's Daily Technical Charting, Fundamentals, Improvement of Trading Quotient, and everything about crypto all in one channel.
Get to know more about cryptocurrency trading from Coach Miranda Miner. Watch our daily technical analysis, fundamental analysis, exclusive interviews, and everything about crypto all in one channel.
Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to introduce to you the one and only, the voice that introduced, pitikin kita sa ilong, isang hampas na lang ng palakol, the power of yet. Please, let's give it up to our pambansang crypto coach, Coach Miranda Miner.
All right. Hey guys. Hello. Welcome to another edition of our cryptocurrency technical analysis, fundamentals, and everything in one channel, including exclusive interviews, Miranda. So we have a very special guest for tonight in the Philippines, morning there in the States, afternoon maybe in Europe. Actually, you heard all over the world. Welcome to you all, Miranda. Welcome to our Binance live viewers in Facebook and in YouTube.
You are listening to Coach Miranda Miner in his daily crypto live.
All right, so we have actually a lot of good things to talk about today in Miranda. If you have been listening to me for the past couple of months, you probably have heard about this token. No? I was asking the guest offline earlier, how do you pronounce this? And he said TSUKA. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but I'll probably have him correct me in a few. But it's actually TSUKA, right? So, by the way, before we start, as what I've given to the disclaimer, this is not a financial advice. This show is actually going to be an Ask Me Anything session with the people in the community themselves. Actually, the speakers of the community, we have two very special guests for today. I will have them introduce themselves in a few. I would like to greet few people in the chat room today. Hello to everyone. Jefferson and all the moderators. All right, tawagin na lahat ng Miranda. Call all of them right now. No, call the Discord team, call the Facebook team. Let's all them listen here in our show. Normally we start at 9, but because of time difference, we're gonna be starting at 10 o'clock here in the Philippines. All right, without further ado, let me call on the two gentlemen of the hour. All right, let's now do this. Just give me a second.
This program is brought to us by BingX, the world's fastest growing crypto app where you can find your next multi-bagger coin. Download now using Coach Miranda Miner's referral link found in your chat room and in the screen.
All right, and we are live. There you go. We have two gentlemen already live. Gentlemen, say hello to our viewers in the Philippines and all over the world. You want to start?
Hello. No, I guess I'll kick it off. My name is Phil Russell. Very, very humble member of the Sangha. Very grateful to be here. Hello, everybody far and wide. I'm from the East Coast, Florida of the United States. Hello. Grateful to be here. Coach, thank you for having me, pal. Really excited. And I got my man Nut up there.
Thanks, Phil. Blessed to be here as well. Thank you, Coach, for having us. Seriously humble and just really delighted to be able to speak on behalf of the community. My name is Uncle Nut. Basically, been around crypto for about 7 years. I'm a proper OG, old guy. That's what I call it, old guy, OG. I collect all things Yuga Labs, Other Deeds Apes, ApeCoin, Doggos, I started as a trader, learning TA, FA, so that I could really understand what I was doing. I'd been rugged, I'd been destroyed many, many times over, and decided that I was going to fix it all up. So yeah, and I was blessed to discover TSUKA from a guy called CryptoPunk24. So there's a quick whiz about me.
Nice. So 7 years, 6 years. Wow. Nice. All right. So let me kickstart this AMA with asking you guys a question. And by the way, while we're talking, I'm actually presenting Digitaru TSUKA in CoinMarketCap on our screen right now. Talk to us about this coin. I'm very excited. My community knows me that I'm actually hodling this coin today. Talk to us, educate us. What is this coin all about? Anyone can answer.
Yeah, and I think I'll take that.
Go ahead. Yeah.
This is, first of all, your pronunciation, perfect. Unless somebody wants to correct me too. So yeah, Digitaru TSUKA. And this is, it's really good to kind of start and point out that, you see Uncle Nut up there, very distinguished gentleman. You see myself, Phil Russell, we're here. And we're here to represent TSUKA. But we are not anything but really what you just claim to be. I mean, you're a holder. You're someone who's held TSUKA. Are you part of the community yet? Have you been in the telegrams and been going through any of this, Coach? Have you been in there yet?
Actually, the guy who introduced you guys to me is part of your Discord team.
Wow. All right. So good. You're right there. All right. So we are, just really simple members of the community. We're, most of us to some extent are either on the moderator team or the admin team. But as far as teams go, that's it. There's no central unit. There's no group that's in the background pulling the strings, making everything operate. If anything, it's literally a ship. We're all on the deck of a boat. We're all holding a rope. Every one of us has a role to play, and we've actually come into a really good harmony with everybody. It seems like people are falling where they're most comfortable, which I guess would make sense. But we're all community members, so we're just the average Joes. I mean, a very funny adage in TSUKA is "I am nobody," which is a very, very common. Pays homage to our deity Ryoshi to some extent. But and that's a good place to kick it off. You mind if I just kind of get into it? So TSUKA is, we believe, it was created by the same person who has really started one of the most prolific prolific cryptocurrencies that we've seen, which is Shiba Inu. Now, for a lot of you that don't know the story, actually, I don't know about crypto. I don't know about Uncle Nut, but I wasn't in Shiba. I wasn't in there early. I'm rubbing shoulders with people who, really early on, without knowing, maybe purchased like 1% of the supply because they got in so early, and whether they held and saw these epic runs, or they got out and they realized the error and what they've done. Either way, there are people that are better to speak about the early days of Shiba. However, all that is completely solidified in all of our social channels on the blockchain. We have all this information. So Shiba, it started, it erupted, and it became really one of the first big community tokens, right? I believe at its height, it did like 1,000,000x, right? Massive move. So since then, as you know, by probably a bunch of people in some chat connected to this, there's a bunch of e-news in there and Shiba dogs okay, so it's everywhere, all right? It's caught wildfire on the community. And, maybe a lot of people didn't know what was going on behind the scenes. And that's really what kind of paints this picture really well. So Shiba starts, blows up, does its thing, makes a real big name for itself, and now it's on the map. But behind the scenes, the leadership at Shiba had rifted away from the vision that Ryoshi, the person who developed Shiba, had created for the token. his concept was really, I believe Shiba was an experiment in decentralization. He was really focused on if he wants to start something from zero with somebody who has nothing and see if something can come out of it. And that's something has been to epic proportions.
Nice.
And so anyway, Shiba takes off, it does its thing, and May 30th, 2021, 5:30, Ryoshi puts out his medium that says, "All hail Shiba." And this really he had gotten the wind in his back, the community had mooned, and he had a lot of reason to really go in and lay out his exact plans for how he saw things. This resulted in him explaining, like, hey, we're here for decentralization. This is to preserve truth. This is to preserve clarity and unity and fairness. And what we as the public didn't understand was perhaps a lot of what Shiba and their leadership was doing at the time was, it appears Ryoshi had become somewhat disenchanted with the team over there. And we know this because publicly referencing that same day, 1 year later, May 30th, 2022, 1 year after him laying down his plans, all hail Shiba, he on his verified Twitter had gotten into a real public spat with Shiba Inu's leadership, and they had a falling out. Now, this is kind of where we come into play. So now TSUKA, right? TSUKA was quietly launched on the Ethereum blockchain May 26th, 2022. May 26th, 2022. And it didn't mean anything to anybody. There were tons of coins being launched. Remember, we're in the pits of the bear market. We've been crushed, beaten, and demoralized. Lots of us have nothing left. I was nearly one of them. And we had nothing. At this point of nothing, a coin gets launched. Completely renounced contract, low supply, 100% diluted, no tax, real basic, right? Quietly launched from the gutter of the bear market. Now, and interestingly enough, this coin, or token rather, was featured around a very important Buddhist named the Milarepa. And again, none of that meant, by the way, TSUKA, Digitaru TSUKA is a cipher of Sungyung Haruka, which we're all going to get into, but that's where they got the name, just so you know. Sungyung Haruka, TSUKA, that's where they got it. So this Milarepa token launches, no bells, no whistles, no frills, real bland. The vanilla token launches and nobody has any idea what's what. So some people ape in, others buy, people trade. I believe the project got somewhat effectively nuked a few times based on some FUD that came into the channel. Normal degen things, okay? None of that mattered until 4 days later. So TSUKA's launched May 26th. 4 days later happens to be the anniversary of that initial message to the world about Shiba Inu.
Which is May 30th. Yeah.
May 30th, 2021. This is all the year before. Remember, the year before, he goes, this is Shiba. This is what it's going to do. This is what it's about. This is it. 1 year later, we've arrived. And just 4 days before that, TSUKA was launched, okay? So TSUKA's launched. No one says anything. And 4 days later, it's the anniversary of the initial post, All Hail Shiba. We're all together, right? Okay. That public spat was basically drummed up by Ryoshi's public, his verified Twitter. He says, guys, I'll paraphrase, we're getting off center. We need to come back to base. We got leash, bone, dog, shoe, foot all over the place. We're worried. We just need some unity and clarity and none of this stuff that's going on. In which it was responded to very negatively. And we know this because on that day, May 30th, 2022, 1 year anniversary from All Hail Shiba, he then says, okay, deletes all of his social media, deletes all of his Medium articles, and disappears. However, he didn't leave before giving us the clue as to where we all can find him. And just as he deleted all his social media and deleted all his mediums, he changed his profile picture to the very same Buddhist yogi, the Milarepa, which is the same Milarepa that is themed around the entire token that was randomly launched 4 days prior. So, I'm actually, as I've been telling the story, I'm super open to it being not a coincidence, but a calculated guess. I'm willing to have it be a random person that's not Ryoshi, maybe a Ryoshi fan, but this person also has a very special characteristic because they can see the future. So if we are involved with a normal person who's not Ryoshi, they have magic powers in the sense of they're clairvoyant. They can see the future events. We'll consider that the utility if that's not Ryoshi. If it is Ryoshi, we are all part unknowingly of Shiba 2.0. We are part of the largest movement in crypto and the originator of the largest crypto movement, being able to get another shot at making things right. And that's why TSUKA, as you know, Uncle Nut's gonna rip into, it has all of the benefits, all of the good positives, all of the nitroglycerin that we used from Shiba to erupt is laden in between the entire formation of TSUKA. And the best part is the weight that they had realized was holding Shiba down for various little things. Those things have been eliminated. That's why we are so comfortable with our investment. That's why we are so content with where we sit, because this is not a token that's based on bells, whistles, and frills. This isn't, oh, you get this token and you have it, you hold it, it becomes something, we mint it, it becomes, we wrap it, then we stake it, and then I don't get rugged. That's not what's happened here. Like Uncle Nut told you, we've been assailed from this community. I mean, this space. We've all been crushed. It looks like a Turkish rug shop out there. People were just making coins, and just the minute things didn't work out, peace, homies, love you, pal. Things were supposed to work out. That's the problem. That's what we do, all these AMAs, and right before we come up and say that teams are bad, we hear from tokens with a bunch of teams. And all those teams get up there and they go, hey, if we do this, we're gonna win. And I'll even believe them. If they do what they say, they may win.
So you're saying, sorry to interrupt, Philip. So you're saying that, and from what I'm hearing, Digitaru TSUKA is sort of Shiba Inu 2.0.
Well, 100%. Yeah, it basically, it embodies the same ethos, but Shiba would have been it would have been impossible to make another Shiba Inu. How do we say that? Hey guys, everyone from Shiba, all the good people, we want you to come over, and all of the bad ones, we don't want you. That's not gonna work, okay? That won't work. So it had to be, this is truly the first self-launched, 100% community-driven, community-ran token, and it really preserves the purity of what Ryoshi was trying to create and maintain and preserve in DeFi. We found it.
Nice.
We found it.
Coach, can I interject in there? I want to, Phil's done an amazing job in explaining the background and so forth, but I want to really focus in on tokenomics here, because this is, part of my game it was introduced by one of the, holders of TSUKA, and he's a member of my community, and he came to me and said, you've got to check out this TSUKA. And, probably, I don't know, I get maybe 40, 50 of these suggestions by community before I actually accept one. And it has to go through all the checkbox. Now, the thing that really compelled me, and Phil just touched on it, I knew Shiba. I knew the whole story. And, I knew that, $100 ended up being, an insane amount of millions of dollars, right? The perfect tokenomics of Shiba at that stage, that was meme 1.0 for me. Well, TSUKA is 2.0, and I'll explain why. It's a supercharged version of Shiba, and it's a masterpiece of smart contract. I've had my devs look over the smart contract and see where it all emanates. What are the magical parts about it? And I'm going to get into that right now. Firstly, this was a stealth launch. It was a fair launch. Anybody that discovered it could have bought it at nothing, and you'd be sitting on a hugely valuable bag right now. So everybody had the same equal chance to get into it. That's an amazing, point. 99.9% of crypto projects do not give you that ability. There were no seed investors. And that itself is also magic. I'm going through this checklist going, fair launch, no seed investors, no VCs, who, by the way, as some of you may know, buy massively discounted bags and only to dump them over retail, regularly.
So no one has it prior with interest to kind of dump it when it kind of skyrockets. 100% out there, right, with the community owning it. Okay, gotcha. Go ahead.
Right. 1 billion tokens fully distributed. 1 billion tokens fully distributed. So if you go onto CoinMarketCap or you go onto CoinGecko, and part of my first initial thing when I check out a token is to go there and see what is the fully distributed amount of tokens and how many have been distributed now. And normally you probably see maybe 30, 40%, 50% have been distributed, and there's 50% being held back. Now that's the part that's going to dump on you, and that's the part that's going to hurt your investment over time. So here with TSUKA, we have fully distributed 1 billion tokens. We have a fair launch. There's normally a team involved with a project. Now, because this is a community meme token, one that's designed to completely and utterly redefine DeFi, we don't have a team. Phil, myself, Patty, all the other speakers that come on board, we're just humble holders of TSUKA. We bought them off the market like everybody else. So there's no team tokens. So there's no team that might need some cash because they've got bills to pay at home, so they start dumping their tokens on poor retail that bought it, is trying to understand they bought this token today and then tomorrow it's down 10%. Why did that happen? So if you know how to use some of the blockchain, you can actually identify what is actually happening or read the white paper. We essentially don't have a white paper. Right, so moving on, you've got organic growth, you've got no team, no marketing tokens. Here's a token that is purely funded by the community. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Donating their own time, their own resources. And let me tell you something, the depth of our talent pool is insane. Yesterday we crossed 11,000 holders. So that's 11,000 people with a vested interest to do whatever they can to push this forward. Okay, so going back to tokenomics, a fully renounced contract. What does that mean? That means that there's no chance for sneaky taxes to be brought in later, where the dev decides, I need some money. I want to try and milk my community. So I'll just change the contract and add in a 5% tax. Or I'll add a new supply. So we don't have any of those worries either. So no taxes on transaction. The marketing comes from the community, individual donations, funding. We have an amazing core group. And it doesn't matter whether you have one TSUKA or a million TSUKA or whatever, or you don't even have a TSUKA. You can be in our community in the TG group and you can input and you can be part of this greater thing. So basically, TSUKA has no baggage. It's a pure form. It's the perfect smart contract as far as tokenomics go, which means that you can buy and know that as we continually grow, and we've been growing at an astronomical rate. When I first joined in November, we had around 4,000 holders. So in a few short months, we now have over 11,000. Mind you, if I go back like 3 weeks, we had like 8,000.
When did you join? November.
I got in November, so I was late to the party. This is not like...
I joined January. You're 2 months ahead of me.
Okay, well, listen, it's all good. Even people getting in today have something that does not exist in crypto, to my knowledge, and that is a project that has got perfect math behind it. So those that understand simple supply and demand, okay? What happens when, for example, a tier one exchange, and we've already been very transparent, they are coming, right? And there will be news coming soon. When a tier one exchange wants liquidity and wants to be able to sell our token, they're going to need to obtain tokens. Now, there's only 1%, less than 1% of tokens available for sale on the market on Uniswap right now, okay? So let's just say a tier one exchange, I don't know, KuCoin, OKX, whatever. Those that are watching and reading between the lines, they'll know that we recently did an OKX AMA. Maybe they're next, I don't know. But let's just say they want to come on board. They have to buy the tokens. That is going to create possibly a parabolic movement. And if that doesn't create it, maybe Taba, who's our biggest holder, who, by the way, only holds 3.7% of the total, distributed tokens, right? He's already announced last week that he's going to spend the next 2 weeks buying another 3 million tokens. Now, these types of things, that's $500,000. Him going and buying $500,000 worth of tokens, that in itself, with the FUD it creates, because of the perfect tokenomics, can create a parabolic movement that sends us over our all-time high, which is just around the corner, 15 cents. Now, once that goes, Coach, you know what happens once we breach all-time high? It's price discovery, man.
Is it 15 cents now? Because I bought it like 0.07, so it's like 100% return to me already.
Yeah, you've almost made 100% already. But listen, hold on to this white knuckle ride, because this is going to be the most insane ride, I believe, in my 7 years of crypto. And
do you have a, sorry to interrupt, people is asking, is there a date where you guys could be listed on tier one list platforms, or there's an NDA for that?
I would say,
listen, it's NDA right now, but we can tell you that we're working hard behind the scenes. We know that we're going to have tier ones coming, and we know that it's imminent, right? That's all I'm going to say. And the community, I will tell you this, the community will be the first to know.
Okay.
The community will be the first to know. It'll be announced in TG when it is done, and that by itself is going to cause absolute pandemonium because of our tokenomics.
Right. So on January, I told my community, I'm an analyst, sort of an analyst of crypto in the Philippines, and in January, I've noticed that there's obviously some movement on this coin, and no one is actually giving attention to it way back last year. But it's kind of gaining momentum. And in fact, 5 days ago, there's a couple of articles already written about it, talking about potential rally, etc., etc. I want to talk about the community itself. So you guys are speakers of the community. Talk to us about the community, the Discord. Where are they coming from? Are they also people like you guys wrecked before and now obviously looking for the next big thing? Talk to us about the community that we don't see. Maybe our viewers don't see it, because I'm on board here, right? And guys, if you're listening right now, again, not a financial advice. We're talking about a coin. Later on, we're going to be reading your questions. I'm not here to tell you to buy this coin. This is going to be really an educational program where I'd like to understand from the speakers themselves what's in it with the coin, because I already have it. I don't even know these two guys before I even bought this coin, right? So,
Coach, you're very nice, by the way. Good to meet you.
Yeah, good to meet you too. This is the first time I'm meeting them. Actually, just want to be very honest to everyone, right? So, community, how are they? Where are they from? How do they look? I mean, what are they like, right? Are they really community in Discord? Sorry, go ahead.
No, that's great. This is this is probably our. The problem is, like, when Nut and I come up here, I imagine it's hard for us to decide which avenue we want to tell about all the great things. There's every time we end an AMA, there's a whole slew, an arm of the Sangha, which is what our community is called, the TSUKA Sangha, that says, no, you didn't touch on all this great stuff over here. You missed all this. And then there's so many, like, like somebody asked us, like, what are the next catalysts? I had to, in my mind, catalog them and decide which had the highest level of importance without making sure we didn't see. It's just there are so many, and actually it's a good segue. It's really interesting to mention that we want people to have the opportunity to sell. People selling is not bad. You know what I mean? That's actually a really important part of the whole game here, is being able to sell. The thing that a lot of us had discussed, why that's important, no team, nobody got tokens early, why all that stuff's important is because you're not having people that you're rubbing shoulders with that are hundreds of thousands of % ahead of you unfairly. And that really tends to describe the whole community. It's fairness. So like you said, wow, I'm late. Man, you're not late. So the problem is the mainstream, which is once the mainstream gets in, would that be good? I guess you'd start really being on the maybe I missed the initial pump thing, right?
Right.
But we're so far. I mean, I'm in an echo chamber, so I see my whole Twitter is TSUKA, right? But I'm always astonished when I talk to people who are just 2 hops outside of our little realm here, and they don't know anything about it. We've been doing these AMAs, running on these soapboxes, screaming to the community, TSUKA, TSUKA, TSUKA. And yeah, there are, we got 10,000 people, 11. Actually, we blew through 10,000 like that. We're at 11,000 holders. I think a little bit more.
No, I mean, I totally agree, right? We're honestly, I kind of thought of myself, I'm not really late. You know why? Because there's no pre-sale. It's a fair launch. No one is ahead of me. Well, some people are, unless they sell
normal, regular people.
Unless they sell it.
Arriving first, right?
Right. Renounced contract, no changes, fully decentralized, no VCs, anyways, 100% distributed. Power to the people. Someone said, Karen W said that. All right. No lock-ups, right? So anyways, yeah. So and sorry to interrupt, Philip. So it looks like you kind of learned your lesson if you have your whole list of things to say already. So whenever you go on a show, you'll not miss anything. So really good. Thank you for saying that. All right. Let's now pick questions for the community, if you guys don't mind. The chat room is already blowing up. Guys, please ask questions. And I gotta tell you this. If your question gets to be picked, by the way, Starseed and Philip, I want you guys to choose one best question in this whole episode. And whoever you choose will bring home 1,000 TSUKAs in their wallet.
How do I do that?
Cool.
Right, so I'm going, you guys, if you guys have access to the questions in the chat room, please read it by yourself. Otherwise, I'm gonna be throwing you questions and you can answer. And if you like the question, please remember the person who said it or asked it. We're going to award them, recognize them today before we end the show, and we'll give them to their wallet after the show. Fair enough? We're good?
Yeah.
All right.
Sounds good.
Sounds great.
All right.
I like it.
And now it's blowing, like I cannot see the questions anymore. All right. Okay.
No, I can't see the chat. You might need to spearhead that one.
Yeah, sure. So as per RC question.
I can't see it. He'll call it out.
Yep. RC said, is TSUKA planning to join any metaverse projects currently? Is the community planning to join any metaverse projects?
I mean, I guess, do you want us to answer that?
Yeah, you can answer.
Great question. Yeah. So I guess on one end, it's 100% open source for development. I mean, there right now may be really, really deep members of our community working on collaborations in other ways. I don't know. That's kind of the beauty here. No, I would say as a whole, TSUKA remains pretty decentralized in all its affairs. I imagine it will remain its own private agent. But the ability to hub and connect and have the benefits of TSUKA be seeded through these other projects where they will all benefit from what TSUKA has, I'm sure is in the works to some degree.
Thank you. From JM, after TSUKA token was launched, mysterious messages began coming from the token deployer. What is the meaning behind those messages and who is behind it? You know the answer?
Okay, I'm gonna make it really easy, right? Who's behind it? Ryoshi. Ryoshi. He's behind it. 99.9% absolutely, sure. And what's the meaning behind it? Incredible meanings. And, they're beautiful breadcrumb trails for anybody that's new to TSUKA to get in there and actually start reading those messages. There's a whole TG channel that's set up with all those messages to make it really easy. And you go through and you will see yourself. Once you go through A to Z, you'll be like, oh my God, this is Ryoshi. It can't possibly be anyone else. So very good question and right on the money as far as where it leads to.
All right, good. All right, 29 Raven, what is the use case of TSUKA?
That's a great question. I think all of us, if it would save us from not making money, we'd all be rich. I would think that if utility was going to keep us safe, I would be a millionaire right now, 10 times over. Unfortunately, the utility in TSUKA community, the community first, the ability to create action and accomplish in the face of all of this negativity in our community. Anything else that's added as quote unquote utility later will only be a benefit.
Imagine this, right, guys, like on the community side, right? So, I think it's really clear. Imagine a legacy world company like Apple, hundreds of thousands of employees all over the world. They all have to get paid, right? There's a hierarchy, okay? And they get paid for output. If they don't work well, they're not doing their job, they're out of the company, okay? Simple. With what TSUKA is the future. It is a Web3 decentralized community. We already have 11,000 plus holders, so they are basically stakeholders in the future of TSUKA. And guess what? Nobody gets paid. There is no team, there is no bills for us to pay, there's no overheads, there's no nothing. But what we're outputting is incredible, absolute incredible art, creativity, videos. We've already got utility in things like credit cards. There's a black credit card. These are all coming and connected to the people within the community that bring their connections in. So Verlin, Taba, there's a whole stack of people that are bringing connections in that are making things happen. So listings don't magically happen. They need money, they need finance. And as we go further up the tree and they become bigger exchanges, they need more finance. So these things are all being created and shared by the community. And as we grow as a token and a community, we will bring in more of these amazing opportunities and the community will be the one to fund them.
All right.
Because people will fund whatever they want, however they want.
All right.
If they want to put in $10, they'll put in $10, or they want to put in $1,000, whatever. It's a beautiful thing.
Right.
And CZ, I think what CZ says this really, really well. He says, let me put it this way. He says, utility value, if something is used by people, it has value, i.e. money, right? i.e. crypto, projects, whatever. The more people that use it, the higher the value and liquidity. What you are seeing with TSUKA right now is we are in the baby steps right now, 11,000 people only. When we are at, let's say, 100,000 people, our price, I project, will be something like $2.26. Because the more you spread, Coach, you understand the economics of this, right?
Yeah.
The more that this gets decentralized, the more people that come in, the more valuable each individual TSUKA will become. This is early.
Yeah, no one is stopping any whale to buy a lot, right? I mean, just go to the exchange, it's going to be buying, right? So, all right, guys, gentlemen, I'm going to be asking to answer it quick because I'm going to be throwing you questions. There's a lot of questions here waiting. Maybe 20-second stops, we can just answer the question.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Is Shiba Inu dead because Ryoshi is part of TSUKA?
You want to take that, Nut? I got it if you don't. Let me know.
You got it.
I can't imagine we would truly be TSUKA if we came up here to say that another project was dead just because we feel we improved on it. I think that the Shaitoshi and the team, really, we're all here because of them too. Granted, they may be on another side of the globe.
Do you think some of them are holding TSUKA as well?
If they're smart.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That fact. Absolutely.
No, I mean if you're the version
No,
one, you want to
no
be part
doubt.
of the version 2, right? You want to be part of the next
Yeah.
version yourself.
Right.
100%.
I don't want the new model
100%.
Ferrari. That's not going to happen.
Right.
You know.
Gotcha. Good. All right. Okay. Well, a lot of common questions, but I will summarize the question with this: is TSUKA going to be available in Binance? If I can answer, I'm sure Binance will notice this coin.
Let me take that. I'm going to take that.
All right. Go ahead.
This year, 99.9% sure TSUKA will be listed on Binance. There you go.
Philip, how about you? What's your percentage?
Binance we will be. I won't put a percentage on it. I can just say TSUKA's going to be listed on every major tier 1 exchange.
2023.
This year, I would
Gotcha.
say that.
This year.
All right, I know. Okay, someone is asking this question. It's already answered, but I want to stress this question. Can you rug pull TSUKA? You already answered it, but say it again. Can you rug pull TSUKA?
No. Fully renounced contract. Impossible.
All right.
There's no team. There's no team to renounce it. There's no one that can renounce it. The contract's fully renounced. There's nobody. We can't kill it. This is the future of money. This is the potential future of money. You could already take the tokenomics of TSUKA and put it into any project, any Web3 project. It's already money.
Can you say that? So a lot of people are newbies here as well. They don't probably understanding what renounced is. So what does that mean in a very basic term?
So in a really basic term, it's like the contract is frozen. It cannot be changed. It's frozen. It's frozen forever. Amen. That's it.
By the way, Starseed is actually in Spain, by the way. So we're all over the globe right now. I'm an Asian guy wearing a Texas cap. A guy wearing...
I took my Philippines hat off.
Yeah, I gotta wear your Philippines hat, Philip. Yeah. All right. Okay. Okay. So some of the questions are actually just the same. How do you see TSUKA 10 years from now? You already guys have answered that. Is TSUKA safe from hackers? How does TSUKA keep its platform safe from investors?
I love that question. And actually, we have a trial of this. So really, the only quasi-questionable thing that could have happened inadvertently already did. So for all the new people out there, I'm going to keep this short, sorry. One of the votes of confidence in a project is you take a portion of the money that is all of the liquidity for the tokens, and let's say I put it with a third party, like CryptoNut, if Uncle Nut wasn't who he was. I would give him to him. I say, hey, hold this for me to give confidence to the people who hold the coin that I can't touch that. And that essentially will keep the token safe. That was stolen from TSUKA and a bunch of other communities. When that third-party company was transferring their contracts, they were migrating. It was like a heat team from the movie in the 80s hit them in the way on the transfer and absconded with that money. And TSUKA's community actually got a team together, organized a community, put together a team, put together a group of people to organize a negotiation with this hacker who, oddly enough, if you're listening, my man, white hat all the way, pow, pow. He ended up giving us our LP back. He gave us our liquidity back. We orchestrated a hostage transfer to get all of our money back. And now not only is there no ability for that to be rugged at all, it was rugged and everybody got their money back, and we are stronger as a community because of it. So great question. I like that one.
All right. Okay. Okay. All right. Some are just the same. Miranda, I'm not filtering questions. It's just that some of the questions are really the same. So tell me something else. All right. What does this mean? Does TSUKA connected to other top 10 coins? Does TSUKA have burning mechanism? Jensen Blogger.
No,
absolutely. No tokens can be burned. And it's a great question again, because once again, when you go into a project and they say, oh, wow, we're going to burn 1% of our supply. And then people that don't really understand what that really means, they think, oh, but there's less supply, that means I make more money, which is actually true. However, they might still have another 40% that's still outgoing, right? That's still there ready to dump on you. So here, because we are 100% fully distributed, we have no tokens to burn. There are no tokens to burn. If we wanted to burn some, it'd have to come from community. Oh, I'm going to burn my tokens. Why would I do that? I want my Zukis forever,
Right.
you know?
Right. Maybe the closest to that is maybe if you cannot access your wallet anymore, it's forever frozen. Somehow it's burned already,
Typically,
right?
the inflationary things are to offset the inflation happening when they're dumping these tokens into
Right.
the supply. So those
Right.
type of tokenomics we don't need.
Right. Okay. Can you stake TSUKA, and yes? If yes, where? This is not something you can stake at this point, yeah? You
No,
can-
but there's very possible that will happen in the future.
It's possible, you said.
Definitely possible.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Yep.
There's a question from 29 Raven. Okay. Okay. Can you guys tell? A lot of people are asking, although it's in my screen already. Where can they buy TSUKA?
Pow! I got it pulled up. All right.
Go.
So Uniswap, first and
Go, Phil. Go, Phil.
Make sure you say it correctly, okay?
Uniswap, great way to Uniswap, great. We've got on Gate.io, BitGet, MEXC, Bitmart, CoinX, Hotbit. They're BitTrue, all the bits, the trues, the coins. You can get TSUKA on all these platforms. I personally like to stick to Uniswap, but yeah, it's soon to be everywhere else.
And Binance 2023.
Pow.
All right,
Yeah.
the dragon thing, it's quite interesting, right? Is that the Digitaru TSUKA, the dragon, or is that the...
Well,
no?
2024 is Year of the Dragon.
Yes,
We've
yeah,
got
yeah.
happening in 2024. This is, we have to remember that. Like crypto, like Uncle Nut said, Ryoshi is a date agent. He's like a gigabrain, right? And he has already set up the foreground for us to really make, because psychology runs these markets. You've got the dragon being a really, really prominent figure in most of, Western, a lot of cultures, it's the dragon is just, you've got Villik Buren talking about the fable of the dragon. You've got the Dragon X rocket with Musk. Dragons are the meta in the future. It's what is going to be, and TSUKA's just right at the forefront like everything else. So
Why do you believe that this coin is gonna go higher in maybe in one sentence? Because some people are asking here, do you believe it's gonna be 1,000x from now? I mean, I want to answer it, but I want to hear the community themselves. I want to hear you guys.
he said it as simply as, I think, I don't know where he is, what box he's in, but Uncle Nut said it. He said it's weightless. It has all of the things that the coins that did set 1,000,000x, 1,000,000 times, 940,000x, which was Shiba. We have all of those things, and we have none of the weight that held Shiba back. And we're coming upon a market cycle that is going to trump the previous cycle.
And so, what is that? What is that baggage, Philip, from Shiba?
Well, mainly I would say the ethos at the forefront of the community. I mean, you didn't have, Shiba wasn't stealth launched. Shiba was open for anyone to buy. It's the same concept, but
Right.
it was essentially polluted with, the aspect that we bring to the table, which is this human element. And the only way to get rid of that is with a stealth launch, and Shiba 2.0 is TSUKA.
I would say one thing really clear. The difference between SHIB and TSUKA is SHIB, the reason why Ryoshi left SHIB, and it's public, the community was getting poisonous in the sense that people were using SHIB for their own enrichment. They were spawning their own versions of it, whatever. They were enriching themselves using the SHIB name. And that's when he got disgusted, and he just said, look, I've had enough. And if you then read the messages that he sent on the blockchain, you will see that TSUKA is his final play in blockchain. And he wanted a pure community, a community that was transparent, would help each other. They are the pillows of what he wanted. So that is the big difference between SHIB and TSUKA.
If it's gonna be community driven, would you want Elon Musk to do kind of raise that dragon thing? Because if he's into it, he's gonna be buying almost everything, right? And it kind of put Dogecoin to the map. Do you think it's gonna be somehow that kind of crazy next time?
I honestly would not rule out anything, Coach. I wouldn't rule out Elon doing anything. I wouldn't rule out anything. I personally have no ceiling to how this explodes. All I know, I understand economics. I understand TA, I understand FA, and I understand tokenomics. And I've never seen a token with such perfect tokenomics where I don't have to worry about holding a bag. Every other token in my bag, I have to check every day to see where it's going. TSUKA, I don't care. And if Elon comes out one day and says, hey, Year of the Dragon, I might buy some TSUKA, oh my God, we're all going to be zillionaires, right? But I believe that we're all going to be wealthy from this token anyway.
And frankly, though, I mean, remember, he raised Dogecoin, and Dogecoin is unlimited supply. It doesn't end, right? It doesn't end, right? I mean,
100%.
You could always...
100%. You know,
go ahead.
I call Dogecoin the US printing machine. Right? It's just like a dollar printing machine because the dev can go in anytime he wants and this is the difference between a renounced contract and a contract that is not renounced, okay? So this is a great example, Coach, that you brought up. Doge, the guy can go in there and create 100 billion more tokens. What's that going to do to the price overnight? Your holdings are destroyed. You're destroyed. You are out. TSUKA, it cannot happen. Cannot happen. Fully renounced. Great example with Doge.
Yeah, so maybe I also will win TSUKA as well because my question is really good. Anyways, do you know any coins? Do you know any coins that's fully renounced as well, aside from TSUKA though? By any chance?
There's a few, but you know they all have twists on them, right? So the fully renounced aspect, there's quite a number of fully renounced contracts, okay? But it's the combination of all of the things. It's the fair launch, fully decentralized, full distribution. It's all these other things. So it's like, for me, it's like 10 factors in a smart contract. It would have to be perfect to me with a TSUKA. Is there another TSUKA out there? I don't think so.
All right. Okay. So let me. Okay. It's like an echo chamber here. Like we all are saying the same things, right? We'll all love the coin. But let me ask the question here. Someone asked the question from Lawrence. Lawrence said, what problem do you think will TSUKA face in the future?
That's, I think, one of my favorite questions, maybe. I would say we're still at risk of the human element. We have to be careful because we still need to preserve all of the reasons why we came here to begin with. And over time, we will have the same opportunity to fall like Shiba did. I don't know if that's the most popular opinion, but it's possible. However, right now, it's been safeguarded. Right now, we're starting on a playing field that Shiba couldn't even imagine starting on. But I think it's wise for us to be aware that, every storm comes and goes. It's possible.
Yeah, I think it's a fair answer there. You want to answer that, Starseed, Uncle?
I was going to say, what Phil's saying is correct, right? So the pillars of the structures or the substrate, right? The basis of our community foundations. They are the pillars of the strength of this community. And they have been set in stone by Ryoshi. He has given us the mandate to follow. If we don't follow that mandate as a community, we destroy ourselves. However, the positive thing I can say so far is every time there's been a challenge, the community has risen to the challenge and the token has enjoyed, solidarity and also price action after that event. Now, every person that comes into our community channel is welcome. Doesn't matter where you're from, whether you hold TSUKA or you don't hold TSUKA, you can come in there. Right now, we are preserving the whole substrate and we have gone from 0 holders to over 11,000 holders. I don't believe, given where we've come from to where we are, that we would crash out or, the contract can't be destroyed, right? But I don't believe that the community would destroy itself like a SHIB did where one of the devs leaves. So yeah, that's my answer.
Yeah.
We're not at risk of all the normal coins and the risks that they have. All those normal risks we don't have. We have general risk, which is fine. That's how that works.
Yeah. And guys, there's always risks everywhere, right? I mean, we have on this show every day, and I always say this to my community. Everywhere you put your money, always make sure you do your research. There's always going to be risk there. But what kind of caught my attention is obviously it's quite unusual. You hear, right, community members talking with passion, right, talking about the human element in the coin, because when you talk about other coins, it's always the utility, what's the use case of it, blah blah blah. And this time it's kind of rare for me to kind of talk to community with a renounced contract, number two, limited supply, all distributed, right? It's only 10, it's just all distributed. So it's kind of quite interesting for me, to be honest. And I wanted to say that to the community when I introduced TSUKA to them, but I wanted to wait for this time to kind of hear it from you as well. So thank you for reinforcing that. Maybe two more questions. It's already almost 2 minutes before top of the hour. Where did you get the name TSUKA? Why was it? How did it come into? I mean, I know you've kind of alluded into it, Philip, earlier, but why special with the word TSUKA? What's special with that?
So TSUKA it's one of the. So I mentioned on the nail in the coffin, the Ryoshi thing, but I came personally in to do my research to poke holes in all this stuff, and I have never left. So I implore every one of you to take all my words as false and go figure it out on your own. But Ryoshi, TSUKA, Sungyung Haruka, Sa-Kuuka. That name together is where TSUKA came from. It's a cipher. Sungyung Haruka wrote the biography on the life of Milarepa, which is the whole shishka bang here. This is why it's all tied together. It's just one other thing that adds to this whole.
Yeah, but the name was actually given to us. We didn't decide the name. It was created by Ryoshi. So once again, it's like we didn't create anything. Ryoshi created this masterpiece. He created the name. He created the whole trail of law. And this is the magic about this token.
Sure.
Yeah. Actually, we even didn't make the website. We found the website on the on-chain messages in the blockchain. It was already made for us. So
the Milarepa is the Buddha, which is the profile right now for Ryoshi in Twitter.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the Milarepa.
Yeah. Gotcha. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe this is the last question I'm gonna ask. Do you have any audit report, and how safe is the smart contract from bugs?
It's been audited on multiple avenues. I know one of our top holders that's trying to work to make sure and ensure the safety of our token personally had it audited. I heard of another source that was concerned about our token, had it audited. It's actually a really well-known contract that's been used that's got real no frills, and it's very, very simple, basic structure. Very simple, safe.
All right. I think, that's it. Anything you'd like to share further to the community, Uncle and Philip, before we can wrap up?
Absolutely.
I actually have to leave really quick. It's been great. Thank you so much. I have to bounce out. Now, can you please take us out? You guys are the man. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. Goodbye,
Philip, thank you so much. Yeah.
Cheers, Ryan. Cheers, brother. So yes, absolutely. I wanted to say, we didn't really touch on the community aspect where, we've got such a deep, caring aspect of our community. I mean, unlike most TGs that you will go into, we get people talking about mental health issues. We have meditators in there, professional, famous meditators, people that they do this for a living and they're awesome at doing it. We hold meditation sessions. For us, well-being is everything. And, to give you an idea, and a lot of people may not know this, but some of our bigger holders, we've got people that are cancer survivors and other people who are struggling to pay bills for health and so forth. Some of the community stepped up and actually paid those bills. So that gives you an idea of how human-based and how aware of our own, senses and caring for other people that we are in that community.
All right, sounds good. Thank you so much. Did Philip call you Uncle Nut? That's a nice name.
He did. I'm Uncle Nut, actually, but I'm using my wife's computer. We're on vacation right now, and she's Starseed. So,
Okay,
yeah.
gotcha. I keep on calling you like Starseed, right? All right. Anyways, okay.
Yeah.
So, hey, I gotta ask you, who's your favorite question? Actually, we gotta give those rewards.
Wow, there was a lot of really good questions there, Coach. Me personally, let me think about this for a second. I think the questions regarding the contract, that was for me at least, that was a fantastic question.
Okay.
How many do you want? How many winners? Why don't
So
you
just-
choose one as well?
No, just two from you guys. I gotta choose three. Two from you guys.
Okay.
So you want to choose the one that says
Yes.
the problem, the one that
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, that's Lawrence. Good
Yeah.
job. All right. Okay, go
Yeah,
ahead.
Lawrence, correct. Yeah. And I think the first question that was actually asked, the first question was brilliant as well. I really like that question.
Okay, you gotta tell me what's the first question. I forget. I have a lot of.
It was.
Is that the hidden messages? No.
Yeah, hidden messages. The ones about the messages on the blockchain.
Okay, so that's a winner for you.
That's a winner for me because that's how you start. That's how you start to understand and educate yourself about TSUKA. Read the hidden messages. That creates our law. That creates our substrate for the community. That's everything. So that was a brilliant question.
I was actually surprised with that question. I mean, that's probably even a follower out there already watching the kind of the breadcrumbs, so to speak, right?
I would say so. That's like right out there. But I wouldn't put it past your community. I wouldn't put it past your community. They may have come up with that.
Yeah. I mean, this community is really, really good. Anyways, hey, it's really nice to talk to you, Uncle Nut, and of course to Philip. Thank you so much for giving us insights about the coin, because again, the purpose of this show is really to educate everyone. And I know you're actually in the middle of your vacation. Please pass our regards to your wife. You enjoy the time there in Spain and have a good rest of your day. Thank you so much.
Okay. Karangalan na narito. Malaking pagmamahal. And I must apologize. Hindi magaling ang Filipino ko, pero sinusubukan ko. So for those that don't understand English, the last one was my Filipino is not great, but I'm trying.
How did you learn that? Did you just use Google or ChatGPT?
No, I spend a lot of time in the Philippines. I love diving, and I've spent many years. I lived in the Philippines in Cebu for a number of years, so I love
wow.
Philippines. And my Cebuano is much better than my Tagalog.
There's a lot of Cebuano.
On this basis, I'll say, my ayon gabi.
Hey, there's a lot of Cebuano watching. Maybe just want to greet them as well. Just speak in Bisaya. You want to speak in Cebuano?
Look, I'm just honored, guys, to be here, and it's really for me like, I have a lot of Cebu to me is a very special place, and for all the Cebuanos that are listening, I'm sending my heartfelt message and love of light and to you all. Thank you so much.
Hey, thank you so much. I can feel that your heart is in the right place with the way you talk and you connect with the Filipinos. Thank you very much. Have a good rest of your vacation and all best regards. And go TSUKA Community. Thank you.
LFG. My ayon gabi.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. All right.
This program is brought to us by binance, the world's fastest growing crypto app where you can find your next multi-bagger coin. Download now using Coach Miranda Miner's referral link found in your chat room and in the screen.
All right. Hello.
You are listening to Coach Miranda Miner in his daily crypto live.
All right, so congratulations to Lawrence, the guy who asked about what is the problem, no? What I want you to do is to email me, coach@globalmirandaminer.com. Email me with your Ethereum MetaMask wallet. We're going to credit someone, not me. I need that Ethereum network wallet in MetaMask for me to give you your 6,000 pesos worth of TSUKA. Grabe. Thank you so much. And of course, congratulations to JM Mendoza, our member in YouTube. your question about hidden messages, please also email me. Itong si JM parang ilang beses na nananalo to no? You keep on winning, no? It's kind of unfair already. I'm kidding. You also won 6,000 pesos worth of TSUKA, and I hope you don't sell it yet. Ah, my God, grabe. But Miranda, do you know that I can also award 3 winners, 6,000 pesos each as well? I can still award. So they only have 2 winners. I can give you 3 winners. Diba?
You are listening to Coach Miranda Minor in his daily crypto live.
All right. So I don't know how to do this, but I have favorite questions actually. No, I like the questions. All right. So for me, the winner is, and guys, you need to email me your Ethereum ERC20. I want you to email me your ERC20 wallet address in MetaMask. All right? We gotta give you your NFT token in MetaMask. Please email me, coach@globalmirandaminer.com. Okay, they gave 2. I'm going to give 3. Diba? I'm going to give 3. All right. Okay. Here is how you're going to win. The first winner, I'm already announcing now. Well, I will announce later. Okay. I'm going to have 3 winners. All right. What we need to do, okay, for you to win. Uy, Miranda, 6. Naku, Miranda. I'm not kidding ha. Hindi ako nagbibiro Nakita niyo ba tong PNL na to? Kasi sabi niyo makikinig kayo sa akin sa mga shows natin Sinabi ko to sa mga members Hoy, members. Kung member ka, sinabi ko sa ito Ha? Makinig ka. Tingnan mo to. Ayan, nakikita mo ba yan? Yan ang aking posisyon. I'll be very honest, nag-hodl ako ng coin. Discuss natin. I-discuss muna natin, Miranda. Makinig kayo mabuti sa opinion ko Okay. Alright. Linawin ko mabuti kung nakikinig ka ngayon. Unang-una, itong coin na ito, i-discuss ko na ito ay HPC, High Potential Coin. Ibig sabihin, ang porsyento ng allocation mo should only be 1 to 2%. Pipitikin kita pag in-all-in mo talaga yan. Talagang sinasabi ko sa'yo. Bakit? Ba't ko sinabi? Kasi alam mo, Miranda, itong TSUKA na to, sinabi ko na ito matagal na, kaya maaga ako pumasok dyan. I've already entered 0.07. Magkano na ngayon? 0.15? Or magkano na ba? Hindi ko alam Magkano na ba? 0.13 o 0.13? Okay. So almost double na. Almost double na ngayon yung investment ko. Ngayon, itong show na to, hindi ko sasabing bumili ka. Itong show na to, gusto kong sabihin sa'yo na merong nag-i-exist na coin. Nasa sa'yo na yan kung bibili ka. Huwag mo kong sisihin pag may nangyari sa coin na yan. Ha? Kasi ganito, ito yung pros and cons para sa akin. Pros, unang-una, renounce yung coin. Pangalawa, fully distributed. So walang VC, hindi katulad ng mga naunang coin, ang nakadistribute pa lang 1%, paano ko i-dump ka niyan? Kawawa ka, di ba? So maganda kumbaga passionate sila, maganda yung, kumbaga, that's what they're trying to say. Kumbaga what they're trying to say is, okay, so, passionate sila, they're into this coin, blah, 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 blah. Ngayon, makinig ka muna sa akin, mamaya na tayo mag-ano. Ngayon, ang point ko dito is, HPC coin ito. So, may risk pa din. Kahit sabihin nila na sila yung pinaka may itsurang tao sa buong mundo, alam mo kasi to be honest, parang it's too good to be true. It's gonna be too good to be true. Di ba? So, dapat ganun ka kasi pera mo yan Pera mo yan.
Ikaw ay nakikinig kay Coach Miranda Minor sa Daily Crypto Live.
So for me, Miranda, narinig mo na sa mga speakers natin, edi ikaw na mag-decide. Sa akin lang, I bought the coin. And I'm hodling it. Kasi hindi ko naman ikahihirap yung ininvest ko doon. Di ba? Hindi ko siya ini-endorse. Ikaw magde-decide. Ha? Ikaw magde-decide. Sa lahat na narinig mo, Worth it ba yun? Ano ba yung negative sa akin? O, kanina positive. Di ba? Ano ba yung negative sa akin?
Ikaw ay nakikinig kay Coach Miranda Minor sa Daily Crypto Live.
Ang negative sa akin, parang it's too good to be true. Parang lahat ng narinig ko maganda. Di ba? Kung maganda, hindi maganda. So, maganda, parang so good to be true. Yun lang negative sa akin. Kaya hindi ko siya lalagyan ng malaking-malaki. I'm going to stay, bibili ako maliit. Di ba? Yun lang ang point ko doon. Yun ang negative sa akin. Kasi sobrang ganda eh. Nagulat nga ako. Sabi ko, okay. Yung bibiro sobrang ganda. Parang it's too good to be true. Wala siyang utility. Diba? Narinig nyo ba sila nag-discuss ng utility? Ano, paano yung utility? Wala sila discuss. Ang utility, ang sinasabi niyang utility, it's the community. That's the utility. Yun yung negative doon. Diba? For someone who's already talking and been discussing about many coins, yun yung negative. Pero it's so good. It's really good. Because it's really good, because it's really, really good, anong gagawin mo? Are you going to put all of your entire money?
Ikaw ay nakikinig kay Coach Miranda Minor sa Daily Crypto Live.
If it's too good to be true, anong gagawin natin? Alam mo, bibigyan mo yung buong kayamanan mo dyan. Di ba?
Ikaw ay nakikinig kay Coach Miranda Minor sa Daily Crypto Live.
So, kung invest what you can afford to lose. Hindi dahil napugian ka doon sa nagsasalita, maganda magsalita, maganda, alam mo yun, it's not that. You need to be, Philip and Uncle Nut really did their own research, guys. And same as you need to do your own research. And as a cryptocurrency investor, I want you to be like us, no? That you're really gonna be passionate about the project. Huwag yung bili ka lang ng bili, sinabi ng hilong-talilo na kung sino mang nagsabi sa'yo. 'Di ba? Kung sino ang sinabi sa iyo, di bibili mo na, di anong kwentang ka, anong klaseng trader, anong klaseng investor 'yan?
Ikaw ay nakikinig kay Coach Miranda Minor sa Daily Crypto Live.
So, for me, I believe in the project. Negative, it's too good to be true. Ergo, you invest what you can afford to lose. O, 'di ba? Yun lang 'yon, and do your homework, do your research. Do your research. Okay? Kasi you'll never know. You'll never know. Okay? Yun lang yun. O, ano masasabi mo? Diba? Ano masasabi mo? Naghahanap nga. Kasi to be honest, gano'n naman din lahat eh. Lahat naman nagsasabing they're gonna be the next Bitcoin. Diba? Gano'n naman lahat. Ang pitch nun lahat. Diba? So paano, okay, good. Sabi ni Kurt, paano ba na-determine yung halaga ng TSUKA coin? Okay, the price of any coins, Miranda, is dependent on the number of liquidity provided, no? And the number of, actually meron akong pwedeng i-discuss na coin 101. So from a liquidity provider perspective, para makapag-list ka ng coin, you need to create liquidity. Let's say, for example, 50,000 pesos. Mag-i-enlist ka ng, let's say, kung ipapasok mo yung coin, meron kang 1 million coin, mag-crypto 101 muna tayo. Tuturuan ko kayo, makinig mabuti. Okay. So, swerte kayo, tinuturo ko sa ito, hindi lahat natuturuan ito. Alright, for example, you have 1 million coins, tapos you have a total of 50,000 pesos na liquidity na pinasok. Yung 50,000, magiging divided by 1 million yan. So technically, the price of each token will be 0.05. That's gonna be your starting point. Okay, again, ulitin ko, very basic. Again, this is not the exact mathematics or the exact science. I'm just giving you a little bit of when you list the coin, here's how it starts. Okay, type number 1 kung ready na. Okay, so basically, if you have 50,000 pesos, the person who created the contract will be the one to provide the liquidity. The liquidity will be created by the person, will be provided by the person itself. Ngayon, for you to be able to list a coin, may mga requisitos yan. Either you need to be audited. For you to be audited, for you to have a logo, may bayad yon. Then, para i-pick up ka ng ibang mga exchanges, kailangan ikaw ay merong liquidity na. Kailangan mapatunayan mong hindi ka robot. So you need to create market makers, you need to have people buying your coin at an average around 300,000 pesos na buy and sell, mukha ka ng legit doon. Okay. So ngayon, itong kunyari, kung 0.05 yung presyo ng isang token, so ngayon, tataas ito depending on the buying and selling activity or the order book. For example, people are buying now. Buying sila ng buying, no? Ngayon, people are selling. Ngayon, yung mga taong nagsimula niyan, they're going to sell. If people are willing to buy, kunyari, 0.05 yung start ng coin. Ngayon, magkano na? 0.13 na. Kung yung 0.13 na yon, kunyari 1 million yung token. Kung 0.13 times 1 million, technically, yung investment niya na 50,000, ngayon 130,000 na. Technically, yung taong may hawak niyan nung 0.05 siya, ngayon kumita na ng 80,000 pesos. Ganun yon. But ang sinasabi nila, you have everyone handling the coins. Wala nang may-ari. No one is handling majority of the tokens, unlike other coins. So what's happening right now, everyone in the community has some portions of the coin already. So tumataas yung presyo ng coin kapag from the listing price, kunyari 0.05. Ngayon, yung mga naunang nakabili niyan, bibenta nila. If people are willing to buy on a higher price because they believe on the coin, doon tumataas yung presyo ng coin. Naiintindihan nyo? Nag-gets nyo na? Simple as that yun. Okay, makinig lang kayo sa akin para matuto kayo ng mga ganyan. Ganun kasimple ang explanation doon. Alright? Type number 1 ko na iintindihan. The price will go, parang Bitcoin. Parang Bitcoin. People who bought it nung $100 because people are willing to buy it $25,000, tataas ang presyo ng coin. Diba? It's just a matter of, or they're buyers on that particular price point. Yun ang reason ba tumataas ang presyo ng coin. Alright? So with that said, Miranda, here's what you need to do. Para makuha ko yung tatlo na mananalo, guys, 6,000 pesos isa yung iuuwi yung TSUKA. Pagkatapos ng show natin, I want all of you to subscribe. I want you to leave your question in the comment section. Pipiliin ko yung tatlong pinakamagandang question, and then pag napili ko kayo, i-announce ko sa buong mundo, ito yung tatlong panalo. Pag nanalo kayo, kasi hindi ko na, to be honest with you, hindi ko nabasa lahat ng tanong kasi ang bilis lumilipad dito. I want you to see my screen. Okay? I want you to see my screen, ha? Alright, I want you to see my screen para malaman niyo kung gaano kagulo yung screen natin. Kasi ang bilis talaga. Ang bilis ito, pakita ko sa inyo. So, well, hindi ko pala pwede makita kasi hindi pa na naka-configure tong nasa harapan ko. Ito yung production screen ko. Ang bibilis ng messages ninyo. So, I cannot really see everything. So, para fair, i-comment ninyo yung question niyo. Pag nagustuhan ko yan, 3 winners, 6,000 pesos each. Tatlong panalo. Okay? So, by the way, si JM Mendoza at si Lawrence, please email nyo sa akin yung inyong gusto ko makita yung screenshot ng YouTube account ninyo para sabihin kayo talaga yun. Tapos, I want you guys to send me your ERC20 ng MetaMask wallet address so we can credit to you. Well, not me. TSUKA Community will credit to you 6,000 pesos worth of TSUKA. Alright? With that said, maraming salamat. Miranda, sorry. Did you understand kung ano po yung sinabi natin? Ano yung aking personal opinion about TSUKA coin? Please type number 1. Sinabi ko na ha, nililinaw ko. I'm a personal hodler. And I am hodler. I'm not influencing you to buy. I'm not. The reason ba't meron tayong show na ganito is para marinig nyo mismo doon sa taong may hawak ng coin kung ano at bakit nila binili para sila na mismo magsabi sa inyo kung dapat ba kayong bumili o hindi. Alright? Para alam nyo na. Para alam nyo na. Okay, sinabi ko na ha, I'm a hodler, I'm not influencing you, ikaw na bahala mag-decide. Ang reason ba't ko binili yan, everything that they said. Nabili ko kasi to nung 0.07 pa. Ang layo na. So, nasa sayo na yan. Kung naniniwala ka ba talaga o hindi. Huwag mo ko sisihin pag bumagsak yung presyo ng coin. This is not asking you to buy it. Alright? God bless you. Maraming salamat. And I love... Uy! Teka. Guys, makinig kayo mabuti before kayo mag-log out. Hoy! yung nanalo ng laptop, hindi mo pa kinukuha yung laptop sa akin. Hindi ka pa nagkiklaim.
Ikaw ay nakikinig kay Coach Miranda Miner sa Daily Crypto Live.
Grabe naman yung nanalo. Hindi naman lang ako minesis. Pakiramdam ko, yung nanalong yon hindi niya alam na siya yung nanalo. Ewan ko na lang.
Ikaw ay nakikinig kay Coach Miranda Miner sa Daily Crypto Live.
So guys, pag nanalo naman kayo, i-claim nyo. Grabe naman kayo, hindi kayo kumukuha ng laptop, nanalo na nga, samantalang iba dito halos manalangin na sa lahat ng pwedeng pananalanginan. Kayo nanalo na, hindi nyo pa kinukuha, grabe naman kayo.
Ikaw ay nakikinig kay Coach Miranda Miner sa Daily Crypto Live.
Grabe. Di ba, sayang 29 Raven, oo nga, yung ganda ng tanong mo, 29 Raven, yung use case utility, maganda yung tanong mo yun, gusto ko yun. Oo. Anyways, basta try mo baka mapili kita, malay mo. Alright? Basta. Okay. Hindi niya kinuha. Since hindi niya kinuha, yung isa lang, si EJ lang yung nanalo. Ibig sabihin, hindi niya kinuha yung laptop. So, iraraffle ko ulit. Ha? Iraraffle ko ulit. Paano ba makukuha yan? Paano makukuha? How do you claim? Guys, how do you claim? Tuturo ko sa'yo. Ito lang. Ito ganito lang kabilis. Ituturo ko sa'yo paano makiklaim, paano ka mananalo. Kasi iraraffle ko ulit ng February 25. To be honest with you, ako na yung sobrang excited mabigay itong laptop na tong sa'yo. Ha? Alam mo kung bakit? Yung nanalo ng laptop, dapat we're going to meet ng next week pa. Haba, ando doon na ako sa Rockwell para hanapin yung nanalo. Yun pala, ahead ako ng 1 week sa kanya. Grabe naman. Nako, sinasabi ko sa inyo, pag kayo nanalo, kunin nyo na, grabe naman kayo. Ha? So, paano manalo? Paano manalo? Ito lang, mabilis lang. Mabilis lang. Panoorin mo lang tong video na to. Ayan, panoorin mo yung video na yan. Diba, pogi naman yung kuya. Sino ba yan? Panoorin mo yan. Panoorin mo yung video na yan. Tapos, mag-comment ka lang. Ang dami na, 269 comments na. Mamimili ako ng isa dyan. February 25 yung raffle. Kailangan mag-comment ka lang, imbentohin mo na yung kahit anong imbentong naintindihan. Kasi ang tanong ko dito, what did you learn in the video? Kahit imbentohin mo na lang, mag-comment ka lang, basta mag-comment ka. Baka manalo ka. Mag-comment ka dyan na, magra-raffle ako February 25. Pag napili kita, laptop panalo mo, kunin mo na guys. Ano ba naman kayo? Ha?
Ikaw ay nakikinig kay Coach Miranda Miner sa Daily Crypto Live.
Hindi ko po alam ba't ako ganyan kaputi, pero ganun po talaga ang kulay natin. Ako tayo po ay isang, ang tawag dito, parang morenong pogi, di ba? Kailangan morenong chinito. Alright? Uy, Miranda ha, mag-comment ka dyan sa kakalabas lang ng video na yan kanina. Mag-comment ka lang, kahit ano inventohin mo na. Gusto ko manalo ka. Ha? Pang laptop, pang trade yan. Pang trade mo na. Alright? O sige. O kahit na yan, Mr. Wick, sabi natutunan ko sa video, pogi ka. Okay lang yan. Ilagay mo yan. Hindi ko na ba't sobrang pumuti tayo dito. Sino gumawa ng video na to? Diba? Ano siya? O yung mga kauga dyan, yung mga kauga, mga kamilk. Ha? Kaya kamusta ko kayo, mga kauga, mga kamilk, mga walang ka-S dyan. Kaya kamusta ko kayo, ha? Alam niyo na. Lahat po, Medj, pwedeng sumali dyan. Yes, lahat kayo pwede kayong sumali. Yes.
Ikaw ay nakikinig kay Coach Miranda Miner sa Daily Crypto Live.
O, diba? Alright, sige na. So, okay na tayo, ha? Mga kauga, mga kamilk, mga ka-S dyan, ha? Alam nyo na sinasabi ko.
Ikaw ay nakikinig kay Coach Miranda Miner sa Daily Crypto Live.
Alright. O, sabi ni Paul John Alba, nasobrahan sa milk sa coach. Parang ang puti ko dito parang mukha akong John Lloyd dito. Parang marketing team, parang pwedeng kunin natin tong pang poster ni coach no, di ba? Sige na. Oy, salamat. Oy, again, thank you to our TSUKA community. I really appreciate you guys, no? And thank you again for guesting in our show, no? Thank you so much, and I'll talk to you again in our Twitter, and I hope that this is not going to be the last that we can talk again. And to all of the people who are supporting TSUKA in our chat room today, thank you very much, and I will see you guys again in the near future. God bless you. Thank you so much. And sabi ni Alexis, sabon reveal. Comment lang po. Comment lang okay na. Alright, pang billboard, sabi ni Alan eh, no? Huwag na isali si Mitch, lagi Oo nga. Tama ka dyan, BGG. Itong si Mitch, teka lang. Itong si Mitch lagi nananalo. Ganun kasali si Mitch eh, no? Alright, sige, bye-bye. Bye-bye, guys. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for watching. Salamat po. Salamat. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Love you 3000.
This program is brought to us by BingX, the world's fastest growing crypto app where you can find your next multi-bagger coin. Download now using Coach Miranda Miner's referral link found in your chat